the regular expressions. We need to discuss about regular expressions and deal with the regular expressions. So, yeah. So the form elements and the attributes for the form elements. Yesterday we discussed about the options like size and list, how to deal with them, right? This we need to know about another option, that is deal with technically patterns. What is pattern and what is the purpose of pattern? Let me explain to you that patterns are used for verifying the format of patterns are built by using regular expression, and yeah, so we will use these patterns in JavaScript and jQuery later in various technologies. There you can dynamically handle them also. Here first we need to understand the basic range. We need to work with the basic range. Let's see, means how these regular expressions are created, how the patterns are created. So regular expressions, for that we need meta characters and quantifiers actually. What are meta characters? That means what are the options in regular expression? Let's see. Actually, uh, technically, meta characters means these are some special characters we have, and these special characters are used for various purpose. One by one, I will explain those options to understand. Uh, I will keep here a heading like meta characters. So, what are the meta characters available, and what is the purpose of meta characters? Let's add a tabular form here. So, and in this meta character and description, fine. What are all the meta characters available and how to deal with those meta characters? So, actually, uh, meta characters important. First one is we have the meta characters like question mark. So question mark is a meta character. So what is the purpose of this question mark? Meta character question mark is actually the question
No,
mark
no.
meta character is used for it is used for it defines zero or one occurrence of occurrence occurrence of character, zero or one occurrence of character. Actually, remember one option, how to build regular expression. So technically, to build regular expression, so the mandatory the mandatory input characters exactly exactly how they need to match, how they have to allow. So exactly how they have to allow, actually they have to allow. So to build regular expression, the mandatory input characters are defined exactly how they have to allow. And the other required characters, required patterns are defined by using meta characters. That is what we are using here. You can understand this now. Observe carefully. So question mark is a meta character, and this question mark meta character is used for technically defining zero or one occurrence of character. Zero or one occurrence of character. So let's see what is that zero or one occurrence of character. So how we can manage them. Actually, inbuilt, this uses an algorithm to verify all the values. It's very simple also to understand the concept. So I am creating a simple form and asking for input inside the form. Right. So let's open our application here, and let's design a simple form. To understand the meta characters, I'm adding a pattern demo HTML, and let's add the meta character here. Yeah. So doc type HTML and head. So title as pattern. Okay, here I am defining in the body section a form, and let's add a simple option like your text and a simple text box. So text box name is equal to txt name. Okay, and now in this I am keeping a placeholder. I am saying that. So here only example, and I say COLOR or COLOUR, and I will keep a button here. I'll keep a button. Submit button is there. So the design is very simple. Actually, what is the purpose here? So how we can configure? So let's see. Here in the meta characters, so how define the meta characters? You observe here it is asking, I given in the placeholder COLOR or COLOUR. That means now you need to write the pattern in such a way that it should only these two spellings. It should not allow any another. It should allow only these two spellings or any another. So how you can handle this? How to write meta characters? Observe carefully. So to write meta characters, generally, we need to, first I told you in the sentence here, what are the mandatory characters that you type. So then you have to go here and you can say pattern. In the pattern, what are the mandatory characters? You can type them. Mandatory characters you can type here. So mandatory characters are nothing but so COLO, and in both R is present. These are mandatory. Okay. But this will allow only one spelling called COLOR. Anything else not allowed. But in the second spelling, U is there extra. That means actually now the point here is the U is character. The U is character. This U character have two situations. Without U, that means zero occurrence, or with U, one occurrence, but only one time U, not many times. Then we have to define here in the pattern U. After writing U, you have to put a meta character question mark. This indicates that this indicates that it is going to use it is going to use the pattern COLOU. U can be 0 times or it can be 1 time. U can be 0 times or it can be 1 time. That is how we can configure. That is how we can define. That means it can be 0 times or it can be 1 time. That is the meta character. So now you try this. So let's try this and see. So I will go into this. I am typing some other and click submit. Then it says please match the requested format. Okay, I am typing COLOR and submit. It is submitted. You can see in the URL COLOR is submitted. COLOUR. I click on submit. That is also submitted. You can see COLOUR is also submitted. Right. So that means it is allowing it. It is allowing to handle it. So that is one option here. It is allowing. It is configuring. Okay. Now generally once it allows here, then observe I type COLOUUR and submit. It's not allowed because U can be only one occurrence or it can be 0 occurrence. I click submit. It is allowed. COOLR. So it is not allowed. Anything else is not allowed. You have to match exactly either COLOR, it is allowed, or COLOUR, it is also allowed. Anything else, it's not allowed. So that is how we write the regular expression, how you configure the regular expression. So this is only one meta character you have seen. So that is the purpose of regular expression. That means this indicates 0 or one occurrence of character. One occurrence of character. Syntactically, you write like this actually. So we can write in this way. That is just a simple form example. That is how we write. We don't need all this document type and all. Just form design I will give. That is enough to understand. So that means how we write the pattern. How do we configure the pattern? That is option. Similarly, another meta character is plus. Plus is another meta character. And this plus meta character indicates it defines one or more occurrences of character. one or more occurrences character, one or more occurrences of character. One or more occurrences of character means now if I change this with the plus symbol, that means U is mandatory and it can be one time or many times also. U is mandatory and it can be one time or many times. So what does that means? If I type the spelling now, if I type here refresh, COLOR is not allowed. COLOUR is allowed. And COLOUUR, that is also allowed. COLOUUR, that is also allowed. Any number of, but only U. Any another spelling is not allowed. Only COLO is mandatory. U can be minimum one, maximum any number of times. Any another spelling is not allowed. Any another spelling is not allowed. That is plus indicates this U can be minimum one and maximum any occurrence. So that means it defines one or more occurrences of character. So that is how we define syntactically that this line is enough. That means this time, so this is the line. And this time it will not allow COLOR. It will allow COLOUR. So that is occurrence how you configure. So it can be one occurrence or it can be many occurrence. If you put asterisk it defines zero or more occurrences. Zero or more occurrences of character, then you can give that asterisk. Asterisk is used for zero or more occurrences. That means you write here. So the pattern now. Here you keep asterisk. Now when I keep asterisk, now you can see in the design. Now it will allow zero, COLOR, it is allowed. COLOUR, it is allowed. COLOUUR, it is also allowed. If you want to restrict only 0 or 1, then you can define by using a question mark. Others you are going to learn, no need to hurry. You may have a lot of doubts, how to allow this, how to allow that. That is what we are learning, how to allow. So in that, so many meta characters you need to understand, then you will get a clarity on that, right? So this is the option. Now here we have more options to define. Quantity also we can manage. We'll see that. Generally, another meta character so that we have to understand here is we have dot as a meta character, dot. So it is actually used to it finds a single character. So for everything, example is not required because finally all examples we will see later. First we will discuss what they are, right? So we have another option, that is dot. Dot is actually used to find a single character. So except the first line, it will find a single character. Dot is used for single character. So that means it is used to find find single character. So that is used for dot. That is used for dot. How we can configure that? So how we can define that? So suppose that is for single character. Means how? For example, here in the placeholder, I am saying here. So boy, I want to allow like this. Boy. And here I am writing the pattern. So I am writing the pattern. So B dot Y. I'm writing like this. Remember, these will not directly use it actually. They have to use with the combination actually. We have to use them with combination. Initially, I'm writing like this. In the pattern, dot indicates that there can be one character. So it can be boy or it can be like bay, boy or bay. So that is how we configure. That means first and last are matching same, but the in between only one character is changing here. Single character. That is actual intention. But remember, that is not enough. We have to use some. Suppose I type here as B, BES, right? So, or BUS something, and it says match. I said BOY and say submit. It is allowing it. I am typing here BAY and submit, and it is also allowing it. Anything else here, not allowed. That means it indicates that there can be only one character here, right? There can be one character here. So for example, here you are defining, that is the basic. So the zero occurrence is same like previous one. Here syntactically, the zero occurrence is same like previous one. Just you have to put an asterisk there. Asterisk. Find the single character. So this is the basic how you can find the single character. That means it is used for one character. So syntactical. So we are defining that here. So that is we are configuring. So that is for dot. So yeah, that is for dot. And suppose I am writing like dot dot. I am writing dot dot. And so SE like this. I am writing like bo, right? Like dot dot and SE or something. Suppose many characters you want to allow. Suppose I said some cart like this and some repeated characters, right? Boot. Okay. Now you see here, I have to define. So two characters, then dot dot I define. So then I said some boot. So here you can see now, here I am configuring two dots and I am defining. So here as BOT, bot, and it says not matching. BOOT, and it says it's okay. That means every dot represents a single character. Every dot represents one character. So you have to configure dot for one character. If you are expecting multiple characters, then you have to use for the representation for everyone. It should match exactly that. It should exactly match that. That is what actually the dot is used for. This is one how you configure the meta character. So in the meta characters, now you have some more symbols. Actually, they come under the category of quantifiers. So that means we define quantifiers. So one more important you will find dollar. Dollar actually it is used to indicate that dollar indicate that the configuration of string is matching with that number of characters at the end of it, at the end of it. So that means it specifies ends with. So we have a exponent here. So it specifies starts with. That means it should end with, it should start with. But for that we need quantifier. I will tell you quantifier, because without quantifier we cannot try this. So that means we have to handle this. So for example, generally also we can configure, that is specifies ends with, the word ends with. That means what we have to do is we have to configure in this way. So I will go to the regular expression. I will simply write here. So I am writing 80 $80, $80. So $80, this is how we are configuring. And $80 is nothing but, actually it indicates that the word should end with $80. And here I am configuring $80. Like this I am defining. So that means here first character can be anything, but last two must be 80. It should end with 80. That means usually like cat, so like bat, like rat, like mat, all these. So here you see here, because only one character you defined there. Suppose I am entering something else, it's not allowed. I said some cat and submit, it is allowing it. You see it is submitted. I say bat and submit, it is allowing it. It is allowing it. But suppose I said so ADC, so submit, it's not valid because it should end with that characters. So that means so combat, and it should end with those characters. This is not allowed. Why? Because you said dot means only one character is allowed. One character is allowed. So that means only one character is allowed. That means total 3 characters only. Suppose I defined here asterisk 80, asterisk $80. Now I am writing here, so cat and submit, it is allowed. So we have bat, it is allowed. You can see they are allowed. And say combat, and I said submit, it is also allowed, because asterisk indicates 0 or many. Asterisk indicates 0 or many. If you put question mark, that means only one. And if you put asterisk, that means 0 or many. So if you put plus, this is one or many. This indicates there can be one character or many characters. So if I put asterisk, that means it can be 0. 0 means it can write only 80 also. Right? That is how we can configure. So suppose I say dot, that means one character only. So that is ends with, means how we can configure ends with. So ends with is defined in this way. So this is ends with. So syntax, so generally ends with requires the character in this way. I can use that. So that means it will allow only those type of options. So I can use in this way. I am adding another one. So I said asterisk. That means it can allow cat, or it can allow option like, combat, right, like this. Combat, right. This is how it can configure. That is what actually dollar is. So dollar is used for defining that the character should end with that. At the end, it should have it. So that is what actually dollar is. We can use exponent. Exponent indicates, so this is the caret symbol. This indicates starts with. Same starts with. That means it should start with. For example, I defined here. So I defined here. So exponent here, exponent. So I defined as SAM. I have defined SAM. Starts with SAM. And after that, it can have any number of characters. Any number of characters. That is the intention here. So placeholder I will keep empty now. So actually, this is start with. That means your value that you are defining here. You are defining here. Anything else here, it's not valid. It should start with Sam. And I click submit. It is submitted. Because length we haven't mentioned how many characters. Start with and asterisk means after that. So there can be any number of characters or zero. You can put question mark for one. Any number of characters. Suppose in that case, what happens is I said Samsung and it submit. You see here, this is the option problem here. Why? Because it is starting with SAM, but asterisk is not the simple occurrence here. Actually, it indicates for that actually we need quantifiers. How many characters are allowed after this? We need a global reference also. I will show you that global reference also. So because we need a quantifier, how many characters are allowed, we have to tell them. And we need a global reference also. If you know that, you can understand. Initially, this indicates it starts with, and here it is configuring. So the asterisk, if I don't use asterisk, so I just given here, because rest of characters also can be defined. That means I am entering something else. It's not allowed. I said Sam and I click submit. It's allowed. So same. I click submit. It's not allowed. Because we are not defining anything else. Suppose you may think like suppose I will give plus here. Plus means so that is one or more occurrences. And I said same and I click on submit. It's not allowed. Why? Because you are just telling starts with. Okay, after starting with what it should contain, that you have to tell. After SAM, it should contain alphabets, lowercase or uppercase. How many? So this like this you have to write. That range I will tell you. That means, but it is mandatory that the word should start with it. Start with it. So this indicates that it should start with it. Okay, after starting with it, what else it may contain? That I will tell you. What else it may contain, how to write, so that we will see. But the importance, the purpose of the symbol, what is starts with and what is ends with. So in the regular expression, we need to define the start with and end with. So that is how you configure like this. That means there is the another example here. Yeah, this is start with. We have to use combination to handle others also. So that also we will see now. For that we need to understand how to write the combination of characters. So it starts with the same. After that, how to mention what are allowed, what are not allowed, I will tell you. Initially, that is one exponent. You have another option regularly used is question mark equal. Question mark equal. This is exactly used for verifying whether a string is matching and is it followed with any another string? That means current string should match and it should be following with another string. That means question mark indicates verify the current string, and n equal indicates follow the others also, follow the other also, follow the other also. That means it will search for the current string and it will also search for another one. It will search for the current one. It will search for another one. Two, it will search. Question mark equal is used for handling this situation. That means we need to write in a combination for that. So we need to configure in a combination in that. So that means generally what happens is, so it has to verify and it should return the value. It should return value. And for that, the conditions are very important. So generally, this, remember, these all directly we cannot use until or unless. So we have the other options also. For example, see, we are having a sentence. That means we have a sentence. We are writing here is, now here we are using a simple regular expression. Regular expression, we are saying that of, we are writing a word of any one character or anything you can write. And here I am writing in the parenthesis question mark equal, question mark equal, and I am so defining. So I am defining some word collection. I define some word collection. That means what is this pattern actually? What is the concept of the pattern? In this pattern, usually what happens now is, this indicates that it should match with, it is looking for off, which is followed by collection. That means, suppose, that means you are searching for off. Question mark equal indicates that it off is followed by this word. It is followed by that word. That means after that word. After that word. For example, now we have to verify that, because later you will learn how to get that. So here we need to configure this question mark equal. And if I, this question mark equal, so here I am configuring like this, that is defined. Now I will type some value here, some value here. So I am writing some sentences. Array is collection of values. Now I click on, we are searching for off, actually off. But remember here it will not search. Why? Because one of the problem you will face here is, so here you have to search globally in a sentence. For that others also we need to understand. That means we are saying array is collection of values. I click on submit, then it says match the pattern. Why? Because so off should follow with collection. That means I will remove this collection from here and I am writing of collection values. Array is of collection values. Collection values and submit. So it should match. But here it is not showing it. Why? Because this is not the right way to write. So we are just understanding the situation. Why? Because our general pattern is not allowing anything else. It is not allowing anything else. That means it is allowing off. It is allowing values. Including spaces also we need to define. Including spaces also we need to define. Including the spaces also we have to define. So then what does it means that after of this will come. That means after of that collection will come. So that situation I will tell you how to handle it. But this is not example. Why? Because we can't write like that. For that, we need to use a combination, right? We are just understanding the purpose of that character. We will put in example because, for example, we need a combination of other characters also. Then you will get a perfect idea. So initially, this indicates that the current value must follow. So must follow the specified value. So syntactically, how to write it? So generally we write like this. Suppose here we have of and we have question mark equal. So question mark equal to collection. That means that is how we define. I will give you a combination later. You will understand. Actually, we use combinations all. For example, suppose you are having a password. So password should have at least one uppercase letter. Then usually we write like this. In the parenthesis, question mark equal dot star. Question mark equal dot star. So question mark equal dot star. And this indicates that question mark equal indicates that the word should follow with at least one character. It should follow with at least one character. At least one character. So that means this indicates it should follow with dot indicates one character. It should follow with one character. And asterisk indicates it can be, remember, one character. After one character, it can be zero or many characters. What does it indicates? It indicates that at least one, and after that it can be many characters. That means minimum one is required. After that, zero, no problem. After that, one, no problem. After that, two, no problem. That means but which has to follow this pattern? You have to write like this: A hyphen Z. This indicates that this full form indicates that uppercase letters, allowing uppercase letters. Okay. What is the condition for uppercase letters? Condition for uppercase letter is nothing but, so question mark indicates, question mark equal actually indicates, this question mark equal indicates that you can write any word which is followed by an uppercase letter. How many uppercase letters? Dot indicates one uppercase letter or many uppercase letters. That means first one is mandatory. After that, any number can be there. Asterisk indicates any number can be there. That means one is mandatory. You may ask like, why should we don't write this? If you write this or if you write question mark. So again question mark, this indicates that zero occurrence. If I write plus, this is one or more occurrence directly. So not one or more occurrence directly, minimum one. That means this is mandatory that it should have one. So it is mandatory that it should have one. So it should have one. It is mandatory that it should have one. After one, it can have any number of characters. That is the meaning of this. We write like this combination. And observe, this is indicating that at least one uppercase letter. Out of how many, you have to tell that quantity also. That you will learn later how to tell the quantity. Suppose I will say /w 4, 10. I will tell you what is /w and all later, don't worry. W indicates alphabets and numbers, 4 to 10 characters. This I will tell you later, don't worry. So it indicates alphabets and numbers, 4 to 10 characters, but inside it, at least one should be uppercase letter. That is how we write the condition. So that means now see here, suppose, so at least one uppercase letter must be there. Okay. So, and 4 to 10. So here I am typing something like, so suppose John 1, 2, 3 and submit. It's not allowed. I entered one uppercase letter, submit. It is allowed. I said, suppose JOHN 1, 2, 3 and I click on submit. It is also allowed because one uppercase letter is there. So that means it indicates that so you should follow with an uppercase letter, and dot indicates that at least one uppercase letter, and after that it may have many uppercase letters also, no problem. Minimum one it should be, and that is uppercase letters. That is why we will learn all combination letters, right? Because for that we need to learn how to allow uppercase, how to write the quantities and all. So question mark equal is used for following. Directly we cannot use question mark equal. For that we need to learn so many other things also. We need to understand so many other options also to deal with that. But what is it first? If you understand, then we can put it in examples. We can configure in the examples. So that is question mark equal. You can also use actually question mark exclamation. This indicates that so this is not following. So not following the specified value, not following the specified value. Following the specified value, not following the specified value. Generally, we write like this. Syntax also, suppose I said off, I written as off, and I define as question mark not, so collection, like this we have to define. Later, we will see examples on them. Currently, we cannot see examples directly, but to understand the other options also. So this is the basic special characters you will come across regularly. So one is question mark, another one is plus, another one is asterisk, dot, dollar, character, and you have question mark equal and this. Now we have other special characters. That means we have slash w. So generally slash w is used to so matches a word. It matches a word. Word means so alphanumeric. Word means alphanumeric. Word means alphanumeric. Right? So alphanumeric is nothing but generally it can be lowercase alphabet, uppercase alphabet, and numbers. That means it can be uppercase alphabets, it can be lowercase alphabet, it can be number between 0 to 9, and it can have an underscore. It can have an underscore. So that means these are allowed in that characters. W indicates that these are allowed. These are allowed. These are allowed. So in a string, these are allowed. That is what we have to define. In a string, these are allowed. So generally, uppercase allowed, lowercase allowed, and all. Right. We have example we will see later because we have to use combination. We have slash w. W. This is used for matches non-word actually non-word. That means example how it can be like John underscore 1 2 3. This is example for W. Matches non-word means, for example, so our having like a sale. This is a string actually. Suppose we have a sale. So here 50%. So 50% sale is there like this. So sale 50% is there. Now what we have to do is inside this we have to match with a non-word. Then if you are writing that in the sales in this a non-word to extract, what it will extract the non-word, that means it will return It is matching actually. It matches. Which one it will matches in the string? Percentage and asterisk. That means this is a word. Even this is 50 also a word. Why? Because that is in a string format, right? In a string format, that means even this number is treated as a string. So word only. So this is sales is one word. 50 is one word. But this percentage, these are not words. Non-word characters. So it matches non-word characters, and it will return those characters, and it will define those characters. So technically, that is how to match uppercase W, uppercase W. For that, we need to write the expressions. We will write them, right? But this is one option. How do we define, right? Similarly, so we have another option is a slash D. Slash D actually is used for numeric. That means it is from 0 to 9, any number is allowed. Any number is allowed. Suppose you return the non-numeric, that means uppercase letters. So that means it will return non-numeric. That means uppercase D. This is non-numeric. Syntax is nothing but, suppose you have so sales 50% and symbol like this. And when you write this slash D actually what it returns, slash D returns only number from it. Number means 50 will return. It will match only numeric. Non-numeric means, so what it will do, so suppose you have syntax as sales, so we have sales some 50%, this is there. Now what it returns is, if you say uppercase D, then what it returns is, it will return SALES, that means all the characters separately, and it will return the percent, and it will return this. It will not return 50. That means other than number all will be matched. So that means all the characters are matched other than the number. Number is ignored. Other than that, it will match everything. So the number is ignored, right? That is how it configures. So let's see how it is going to manage and handle the situation for that. Later examples we will see, not now. Why? Because later we have to design examples. For example, if you want to allow only numbers, suppose you are writing like mobile. So you are writing like mobile. So here I said input type is equal to text. Okay. And here, so I will put a placeholder, 10 digits number. Quantifier you have to design later. So then we write a pattern here. We define the pattern as slash D. That means only numeric. Uppercase D means non-numeric. So D means numeric. How many? 10. You have to mention that in a flower brace, how many? That means it is exactly 10. Suppose we are defining here. So as a 198765432 9 characters not allowed. So here I said 10 characters, it is allowed. So we have to use a name for this and say mobile, and it will submit that value there. So suppose 987652210 and submit. It submits that value. Exactly. Anything else other than that, not allowed. Only numbers allowed. So even 9 digit, 7 digit, 6 digit number, not allowed. Suppose 9871201. 11 I defined, it's not allowed. Exactly 10 characters allowed. Only 10 characters are allowed. That is this quantifier, how we define the quantity for the values. That is important. You need to configure the quantity. The quantifier need to be defined with the quantity of the value, right? So for that we need this lowercase and uppercase d, how to define that. So now this is the quantity of configuration of values and how do we define. Now that is few important meta characters you have seen. Now several more meta characters are there, several more options are there to understand that we will see in our next session, right? On Monday we will continue with that, right? So you practice up to this. What I will do is now today I will give you some exercises. I will post on the classroom some exercises. You need to do those exercises and submit to me on by Monday, right? I will verify all those exercises done by you, right? And we can continue this Monday. Then Monday we will finish working with the forms and a few more options. Then we can go into CSS. We can start learning about the CSS. Okay.